Hello friends, have you ever wondered why some people achieve excellence in their work while others struggle all the time? Why some people enjoy every task without any stress while others get frustrated quickly? Actually, the roots of this are hidden in our mindsets and ways of practice, and this philosophy has been deeply explored by Thomas M. Sterner in his book, The Practicing Mind. Imagine that you are learning a new skill like playing the piano, painting, or starting a new business. There is excitement in the beginning, but slowly challenges come and we get demotivated when we don't get results soon. But what if I tell you that there is a secret way to achieve every skill, every goal, and every ambition? The way that will make you stress-free, focused, and disciplined? This is the way, the practicing mind. In this video, we will learn how you can incorporate meditation and patience into your daily life so that your mind is always calm and centered. How can you keep yourself present at all times without worrying about when you will reach the final goal? Because when you learn to enjoy the process instead of the goal, then mastery itself becomes a part of your life. The practicing mind teaches us that real success is not what we get after reaching the destination, but what we feel during the journey: consistency, awareness, and discipline. If these three qualities become a part of our life, then we can achieve mastery in any skill. But is it easy? No, because most of us want quick results. We run after the outcome, while the real magic is hidden in the process. Thomas M. Sterner tells us that if we develop the practicing mindset, then everything seems effortless to us. Think, if you learn to do everything in your life in such a way that you can do it without stress, with full dedication and concentration, then how will it be? So if you also want to train your mind so that you can do everything with perfection and patience, if you also want to avoid anxiety and overthinking while achieving your goals, then watch this video till the end. Because today, we are going to discuss the powerful insights of the practicing mind that can completely change your life. Let's start this amazing journey without wasting any time. Chapter 1. Learning to love the process. Loving the process. Have you ever thought that when we start something new, why does the initial excitement slowly fade away? Why do we get bored while learning a new skill or start feeling frustrated? We want results, and that too immediately, but when those results do not come as soon as we expect, then we quickly give up. This mindset stops us, distracts us, and becomes the biggest obstacle in the way of our growth. Thomas M. Sterner teaches us that the secret of real success is not in the destination, but is hidden in the journey. But our mind always runs in the future. It thinks that when we reach our goal, only then will we get satisfaction. But have you ever noticed that when you are learning something new, how many emotions come to your mind? Excitement, doubt, frustration, and sometimes self-doubt too. Suppose you want to learn the piano. In the beginning, you have to press every key carefully. Your fingers do not go in the right place, and you feel a strange anxiety inside you. You feel that you may never be able to master this instrument. But if you stop in this moment and think, is it really a goal to play a tune in a perfect way? Or is the real beauty in that process, when you are slowly improving yourself every day? Sterner says that we have to learn to enjoy the process, because this is the real growth. When we focus excessively on a goal, we start looking at every small mistake as a failure. But if we shift our mindset and stay only in that moment, focus only on practice, then our entire approach can change. See it like a small child. When a child learns to walk, he falls, gets up, and then falls. But he never gives up. He does not worry about how fast he should walk in a perfect way. For him, every fall is a learning process. We also have to develop this mindset. Sterner says an interesting thing. When we cook, paint, or learn a new game, if we put the outcome aside and just enjoy the process, we get better at that work. But when we think about the result again and again, that work becomes a burden for us. Our biggest mistake is that we want the result quickly, but every big thing requires time and patience. When an artist makes a masterpiece, he pays full attention to every stroke. He does not look at the canvas and think when this painting will be completed. He just stays in that moment, feels the movement of the brush, and gets lost in every color. This is art, this is beauty, and this is the secret to mastering any skill. This is the biggest lesson of this chapter. If we want to genuinely achieve our goals, then we have to embrace the process. When we learn to celebrate every small progress, when we are present in practice without any pressure, then we not only perform better, but also begin to feel a deep sense of peace and fulfillment within us. So next time when you learn a new skill, start a new project, or work on any goal, ask yourself a question. Am I just thinking about the result, or am I also enjoying this process? If you fully accept the process, then the result itself will be extraordinary. Chapter 3. The 4 S words: simplify, small, short, slow. How many of us get overwhelmed even before starting a new project? When we think of learning a new skill, thousands of questions come to our mind. It seems so complicated. I don't know when I will be able to learn it. I won't be able to do it. And then we either don't start that project or leave it in the middle. But if I say that there is a simple way which can make any skill, any goal, and any practice effortless, this is what Thomas M. Sterner teaches us in this chapter. The 4 S words: simplify, small, short, slow. Imagine you want to learn the piano. If you try to play a big symphony all of a sudden, your mind will get dizzy and your fingers will tremble before going to the right place. But if you simplify it, that is, first focus on just one scale, then slowly learn the chords, won't it be easy? This is the first mantra. Divide every big target into small and simple steps. When we make things unnecessarily complex, we put ourselves under unnecessary pressure. But when we simplify the process, then everything seems manageable and achievable. Now let's talk about small, that is, small steps. Imagine you have to get used to reading books, but you think that I should read 50 pages every day. Thinking this, the mind starts running. But if you aim to read only 5 pages in the beginning, how easy will it seem? Small goals are not only achievable, but when you achieve them, the mind also gets a sense of accomplishment. This principle applies everywhere. Whatever skill you want to learn, whatever habit you want to make, take small steps and gradually increase it. The third mantra is short, that is, practice for a short time. Often we think that if we want to become an expert in something, then we will have to practice for many hours a day. But the truth is that the capacity of the mind is limited, and when we try to practice for a long time, we get tired quickly and progress slows down. Sterner says that it is better to have short practice sessions, but do it with full awareness. This is just like going to the gym and instead of exercising for hours, work out properly for a short time. This is more effective. And finally comes slow, that is, moving forward slowly. This is the most difficult mantra because we all want instant results, but the real secret of mastery is patience and consistency. Think about it. When a sculptor scratches a stone, he does not hurt it quickly. He carefully plans the injury of each hammer. If he is in a hurry, then the sculpture will be damaged. Similarly, when we are learning any skill, we have to adopt a slow and steady approach. By practicing slowly with full awareness, not only does our progress improve, but we can also enjoy that journey. Sterner explains to us that if we adopt these 4 S's, simplify, small, short, slow in our life, then learning every skill becomes easy and enjoyable. When you make things easy, take small steps, practice less but focused, and learn with patience, then growth starts happening on its own. So next time when you start working on a new skill or goal, ask yourself, have I simplified it? Can I divide it into small steps? Am I practicing less but fully focused? And most importantly, am I learning it with full awareness? If you adopt these 4 S's, then not only will your learning process become easier, but you will start enjoying every journey more. Chapter 4. Equanimity and the Observer. Mind, have you ever noticed that when you learn a new skill, there are 2 kinds of voices in you, one that tells you to be calm and patient, and the other that constantly judges whether you are doing it right or not? Will I ever be an expert in this? Or this is very difficult. This is the judgmental mind that makes us anxious during practice and slows our growth. But if I say that there is a way to keep your mind calm and focused, this is how Thomas M. Sterner introduces in this chapter. Equanimity, possibility, and the observer. Mind observation. Whenever we learn a new skill or go through a challenging situation, we often find ourselves reacting emotionally. If something does not go as expected, we get frustrated, and if we make a mistake, we start doubting ourselves. But Sterner teaches us that equanimity is the state where we can observe any situation without emotional turbulence. This does not mean that we become emotionless, but that we keep our emotions in control and guide our actions with awareness instead of impulsiveness. Think about it. If you are meditating and suddenly some external noise disturbs you, there will be a common reaction to get irritated. Oh, why is this noise coming? But if you just observe that noise without reacting, what will happen? The noise will leave your awareness in a few seconds, and your attention will return to your practice. This is the power of equanimity. When you learn to accept any situation without reacting, your mind becomes naturally peaceful and focused. Now let's talk about observer mind. Stirner says that we have an observer who is watching everything, our thoughts, emotions, reactions, and our progress. When we activate this observer, we start seeing all our problems, failures, and challenges as an outsider. This gives us clarity, and instead of giving impulsive reactions, we can be composed and centered. Imagine that you are learning a new musical instrument. When you try to play a tune for the first time, your fingers do not go to the right place, the sound is not produced properly, and your mind says that it will never be able to play well. But if you activate the observer mind, you will observe this frustration without immersing yourself in it. You will say to yourself, I am learning now, this is normal. Every time I practice, I will get a little better. This is the real secret of mindset long-term growth. Stirner also tells us that when we develop the equanimity and observer mind, we start looking at everything from a new perspective. Now, mistakes do not seem like failures to us, but become learning opportunities. Now, progress does not seem slow to us because we learn to enjoy every step. Now, we are not anxious during practice because instead of worrying about the outcome, we start being present in every moment. That is why the next time you face a challenging situation, take a pause and observe your mind. Are you reacting, or are you calmly responding? Are you judging yourself during your practice, or are you just enjoying every small improvement as an observer? If you make equanimity and observer mind a part of your daily life, not only will your skills improve rapidly, but your life will also become more peaceful and fulfilling. Have you ever wondered why most of us are afraid of change? Why do we hesitate whenever we learn something new? The reason for this is that our mind is always in search of safety and familiarity. It likes the same things that we already know and recognize because there is no risk in it. But there is a big paradox hidden here. Our growth is outside the comfort zone. If we always stay in the same area, where we find everything easy and predictable, we will never be able to move forward. This is what Thomas M. Stirner explains to us in this chapter. Only when you leave the comfort zone will you make real progress. Whenever we learn a new skill or accept a new challenge, the first reaction is discomfort and resistance. Suppose you have never played a guitar and now you want to learn it. On the first day, when you try to hold the chords, your fingers will hurt, you will not get the right sound, and your mind will say, this is very difficult, maybe I can't do it. But here comes a big question. Will you accept this discomfort and move forward, or go back to the comfort zone? Stirner teaches us that discomfort is a temporary state. This is a signal that your mind and body are trying to adapt to something new. Whenever you go out of the comfort zone, your mind resists. But if you gradually overcome this resistance, then the same thing that seemed difficult at first gradually becomes easy. It's just like when you exercise for the first time in the gym, your body is sore. But after a few weeks, the same workout seems easy. Our biggest problem is that we struggle to get out of the comfort zone. But Stirner says that instead of a struggle, look at it as an exciting journey. Whenever you are learning something new, don't ask yourself how difficult it will be, but ask yourself how much better I can be than my old version. This mindset shift will help you accept every challenge with a new energy. A big mistake we make is that we judge ourselves. If we do something new and it's not perfect, then we start thinking that maybe I'm not made for this. But does a child start running as soon as he walks? He falls, gets up, falls again, and slowly starts walking without thinking. This is the natural learning process. But as we grow up, we start connecting failures with negativity, whereas in reality, every failure is a step towards mastery. Stirner says that patience is very important. If you expect results right away, there will be frustration. But if you just focus on the process and try to get better every day, growth will happen automatically. Imagine if an artist is painting on canvas for the first time and expects a master stroke from him, will he ever be able to enjoy art? Number. But if he sees every brush stroke as an experiment, then his art will gradually flourish. This is the biggest message of this chapter. Leave the comfort zone and embrace the discomfort. Whenever something seems difficult, look at it from the perspective that this is the step that will lead you forward. Whenever your mind says, "This is very difficult for me," say to yourself, "It is difficult now, but with practice, it will become easier." If you develop this mindset, then any skill, any goal, and any challenge will become an exciting adventure for you, not a scary obstacle. Chapter 6. The Practicing Mind and Real Life. Practicing mind and real life. Have you ever noticed that when we try to learn a new skill or set a big goal, we feel very motivated in the beginning, but as time goes by, our patience starts to decrease. We want to see results soon, and if progress is slow, then there is frustration. But what if I say that the biggest secret is to keep our mind in practicing mode? This is what Thomas M. Sterner explains to us in this chapter. How the practicing mind is not limited to learning, but can also become a powerful mindset in real life. When we are learning a skill, whether it is music, sports, or a new language, our focus often goes towards the end goal. We keep asking ourselves, when will I become an expert? How long will it take me? And in this restlessness, we are not able to enjoy our learning process. But Sterner says that real mastery comes when we fully embrace the process. Imagine that you are learning to play the piano. If you are only thinking that if I can play a song quickly, then every small mistake will frustrate you. But if you keep yourself in practicing mind, that is, if you see every note, every movement as an experiment, then your progress will not only be fast, but you will also enjoy this journey. This principle applies. Imagine if a gardener only focuses on a beautiful garden, but does not enjoy the process of planting, watering, and caring, will he be able to take care of a good garden? No, because the real beauty is not in the result, but in the journey through which the result is made. This is the lesson practicing mind teaches us. Be present in every moment and stop worrying about the result. Sterner also tells us that practicing mind teaches us patience and discipline. When we are learning something new, our mind pulls us towards distraction every day. Social media, entertainment, or any other relaxing activity tries to save us from the discomfort that comes with the learning process. But practicing mind saves us from this trap. It teaches us that discipline is a skill that can be developed, and when we put it into our life, then every challenge seems manageable. If you are building a business, then practicing mind will teach you to be patient. If you are on a fitness journey, then it will help you maintain consistency. If you are learning meditation, then it will give you the strength to fight distractions. The biggest advantage of this mindset is that it gives you the freedom to acquire mastery in everything. Now you will accept any challenge with the thought that I will take it as a practice and try to get better every day. This is the biggest lesson in life. Real happiness and growth comes when we make practicing mind our lifestyle. When you fully accept the process, then you naturally start getting better without the pressure that comes from worrying about the results. So next time when you learn something or work on a goal, ask yourself, am I doing this with a practicing mind, or am I just trying to get results quickly? If you develop a practicing mind, then you can acquire mastery not only in one skill, but in your entire life. Conclusion. Every aspect of our life is a practice, whether we are learning a new skill, trying to achieve a goal, or on the way to change our thoughts and habits. The practicing mind teaches us that the real mastery is not in reaching an end goal, but in accepting the process that takes us there. When we look at everything as a practice, then we can make our mind calm, focused, and disciplined. Sterner also explains how important it is for our growth to step out of our comfort zone, pay attention to small things, and maintain patience. When we keep our mind in observer mode and accept every challenge with excitement, we don't fear failure. Instead, we see it as a learning opportunity. This mindset leads us to mastery in life, whether it's personal development, career growth, or learning a new skill. So now the question is, are you ready to adopt the practicing mind in your life? Can you learn to enjoy the process without being in a rush for results? If yes, then believe me, whatever you take on, you will not only achieve excellence in it, but you will also be able to fully live and enjoy the journey. If you learned something new from this video, don't forget to like and share it so that this valuable knowledge can reach more people. If you want to watch more powerful book summaries and self-improvement content like this, then subscribe to the Level Audiobook channel and make sure to press the bell icon so that you receive notifications of our latest videos first. We are with you on your success journey. So keep moving, keep learning, and keep striving to become better every single day.